Another during unrest, social justice protests gripped Kenosha, Wisconsin in August of 2020. A judge granting a juror's request to take home the jury instructions. The defense resting its case in the trial of 3 white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, an unarmed black man, last summer in Brunswick, Georgia. Travis McMichael under cross-examination.
So what were you nervous about while giving the statement?
I just killed a man. I had blood on me still. It was the most traumatic event of my life.
Closing arguments will come on Monday. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt stops the execution of Julius Jones 4 hours before he was set to die by lethal injection. The 41-year-old convicted and sentenced for the 1999 shooting death of businessman Paul Howell has consistently maintained his innocence. Dow futures right now down 97. America is listening to Fox News.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Off to a quiet, crash-free start for your Friday morning commute across Southwest Florida. If you're getting ready to head along I-75, not seeing any major slowdowns, no construction zones left over for the early morning commute. Heading along US 41, everything running up to speed as well. Our area bridges all running at about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. Seeing some slight delays starting to build along Imperial Parkway heading into Collier County, where it turns into Livingston Road toward Immokalee Road. Seeing some slowdowns also building on the area around Daniels Parkway through Gateway, heading westbound toward Treeline Avenue. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a wet day of weather yesterday, we'll be slightly drier today, though still look out for some quick passing showers throughout the day as we continue with a bit of a breeze out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy sky to start, a mix of clouds and sun for the afternoon, with temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For your Friday night, a quick passing shower is not out of the possibility. However, most will stay dry and into your Saturday morning. Lows waking up in the upper 60s to kick off tomorrow. A few showers remaining possible for your Saturday. Breezy weather continues on with the high near 83 degrees. We'll be topping off near 84 for your Sunday, with a few showers also possible Sunday into Monday of next week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Sales desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbooked value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No thanks. I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 0% with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
You finally reached your savings goal. But how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question, but more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here at 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line we stream live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast. Coming up this morning, we'll get more into the Rittenhouse case. We're going to have Andrew Branca on with us at 8:05. He has been following this case closely, and where we are right now, we know that the judge has allowed a juror to take home full jury instructions, dismissing defense's objections and sending them home. Another day of deliberations. I mean, is this a good or a bad thing? Does this help the prosecution, the defense? When it takes this long, many people have said that it has taken days for a lot of other high-profile cases to come out and render a verdict. So where we are right now, we'll get into those details later on this morning. And in case you missed it yesterday, Representative Byron Donald's on with us as we talked more about what's happening on Capitol Hill. There are some things that are happening right now that are hard to imagine. One of them being the nomination of a communist to the cabinet of this administration, to an appointed position. And how did we get to this place? How is this even possible? How could we possibly be in a position right now where we have a nominee to be the comptroller of the currency, where we have people questioning why is it that we have someone who has been talking so positively about communism and Marxism and these I'm not even talking hard left positions. I'm talking as far left as you can possibly go, to the point of talking about the destruction of a lot of the free market and capitalism that we know, being part of a group called Young Communists. Maybe it's like a lot of questions. So we had Representative Byron Donalds talking about that yesterday. We also were digging in a little more about the Build Back Broke program, where we are now. Yesterday, we thought last night there was going to be a vote. Turns out there wasn't a vote. You had Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader, out there on the floor of the House talking, I believe it was 8 hours, against what was to be a vote last night. Ultimately, now it looks like 8 a.m. this morning, we may have the vote on whether or not we are going to fundamentally transform and destroy this country in ways that we could never even imagine. And there is a bigger topic with the House Minority Leader, and see what I did there, a little Freudian slip. The House Minority Leader and Republicans in general. And it's a tough conversation to have, everybody, because it was only last week where you had Republicans from all across the country coming to the state of Florida to get excited and pumped up about the future of the party and how we're going to kick Nancy Pelosi out as House Majority Leader, and we're going to take over the majority, and we're going to have the House and the Senate, and we're going to have the White House in 24, and it's going to be amazing. Whoo! Which is all well and good until you realize that only days before, you couldn't keep your caucus together to stop 13 Republicans from saving the left, saving Democrats on infrastructure. What's there to cheer for? And I'm not saying there isn't anything to cheer for necessarily. What we should be cheering for is another opportunity to get this right. In other words, another opportunity to get rid of people who can't bring caucuses together, who can't stay and understand the values that we conservatives hold dear, the Constitution of the United States, understanding that there is a party in this country that is bent on destroying the fundamentals of this country, that do not like the country the way it is presently and has been formed, and want to change it. And I don't know how you find common ground with them. How do you find 13 people that can't come together and understand that voting for an infrastructure bill is not in the best interest of the country? Forget about your paltry little dollars that you're going to get to bring back to your constituents and say, look what I did. Vote for me for another 2 years. Why would we do that when you can't even understand what the battle is right now? How serious it is. Did you not pay attention to what transpired the past 4.5 years with the former president of the United States, and how a party and a complex, industrial complex, if you want to go there, and bureaucracies, the FBI, the CIA, et al., coming together to try to thwart a president of the United States? Did you not see all of that? So again, forgive me if I'm a little pessimistic today, or maybe in this moment. I see 2 new polls that may spell trouble for the Democrat Party going into the 22 midterms, and even the 24 presidential race, one from Hill-HarrisX and the other from Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac surveyed about 1,500 adults nationwide, and the approval rating of this president has continued its downward trajectory. 36% approval. I mean, it is abysmal. You can't get worse than where we are right now. Well, you can. I mean, it just keeps going down. They're going to set new records. Again, you keep hearing the dismal numbers. American people see what's going on, and it means a lot. It means the majority of Americans can tangibly feel exactly what the pain is. The pain of what we're going to do for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and supply chains and grocery store shelves that people are saying we've never seen anything like this before in our lives. Supermarkets are altering the layouts and using decoys to fill gaps left by the shortages. They want you to think that everything is fine. It's not. Shoppers in the UK said they spotted bulky crates of beer piled into aisles reserved for prepackaged meats and boxes of chocolate, filling crates usually stocked with vegetables. They're doing all of these different things. The shrinkflation that we see. You know, when Jake goes and gets his favorite jar of pickled eggs. Usually there's probably a dozen in that jar of pickled eggs. Now there's only like 8. And he's still paying the same price. It's the same size jar, but there's not enough eggs in there. I mean, do you understand how much time Jake spends sitting and eating pickled eggs? I mean, it is not even something that I want to discuss because of how disgusting the thought of a pickled egg is. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm looking at Jake and he's kind of shrugs like, well, talking about how much he loves it. The point is, these are all things that are tangible. What good is it to have a party like the Republican Party come in and sweep power away from the Democrats if they're just going to be the same old party. I'm a little worried about that. The GOP leader McCarthy calling out Democrats yesterday on the House floor for a lot of different reasons. Some of them were pretty amazing on the surface. Things that you probably didn't even know about. Did the Democrats actually reject an amendment prohibiting funds from going to the Chinese Communist Party? Is that true?
Now, her amendment that would prohibit funds from going to entities tied to the Chinese Communist Party. Come on. Seriously. I'm serious. This is an amendment that was rejected.
So the Democrats are planning to fund the Chinese Communist Party, and House Minority Leader McCarthy is just asking, like, what in the world are you thinking? This is the Democrat. Now again, I ask this question because it's an important one. How do you find common ground with a party like that? How do you find common ground with a party who wanted to and was more than happy to cheer on a Trump-Russia collusion hoax, and Adam Schiff, who is going on TV day after day and any opportunity that he can find to try to make you believe still that the Steele dossier and that we just had to go where the evidence was leading us. We really had no idea of a lot of the different things, but it's still true that Donald Trump was trying to collude with Russia. No. I mean, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, who has all the evidence that you could possibly have as a human being in front of you as to what the truth was with the Trump-Russia collusion hoax. He knew exactly what was happening, but still would go to the cameras and say, I got the evidence. Robert Mueller doesn't make a difference what the Mueller investigation says at the end of the day. No. We've got the evidence. Oh, I got proof. I've got it. Hey, can we see that proof? Oh, no. But I've got it. I can't show you right now, but I've got it. Again, how do you find common ground with that? McCarthy yesterday talking about the Build Back Broke plan and rejecting an amendment Democrats did to prevent discrimination against faith-based child care providers. Is this true?
His amendment is Religious Freedom Amendment. See, it's personal to him. It's personal to a lot of his friends. That would prevent discrimination against faith-based child care providers. Look, I remember when my kids were young, when we played sporting events and others, we went to the church. Why? Because we knew everybody. They knew us. We knew what was being taught. Isn't that interesting? I'd hate for government to get in the way of raising your children with faith.
But they do. And they want to. Because the government is your God, everybody. And you better not forget it. Boy, that sounds, I'm trying to think of what that sounds. It almost sounds communist. Yeah. But we can find common ground with the party. No doubt. You do understand that if you defeat a party that is trying to fundamentally destroy this country and our founding and our foundation, that's not a bad thing, to destroy that ideology in that party. Because if you go after them and you prove that the American people want what you offer and then deliver it. Hey, can I say that again? Then deliver on it. Not talk, but walk it. That the party will have no choice but to go along with the American people. Otherwise, they'll be left in the dust. That's the point. If you deliver and you give people tangible results, there's very few things that the other party can do, short of cheating, lying, distorting, election integrity. Oh, I don't know. I could go on and on. that would have them victorious. That's about all they could do, because when it comes to the actual tangible things that you can deliver and show, they can't do it. As of 11 p.m., in the House version of a filibuster, there was the Leader McCarthy, at the microphone, still there until late in the morning. And now we come to hear that possibly an 8 a.m. vote. We'll see. But I just hope that we all recognize that, because leadership is going to be demanded. Leadership is going to be looked for. When you hear some of the audio coming out yesterday of Governor DeSantis and what we did signing these bills yesterday, and guess where he signed the bills yesterday, Jake the Millennial? I'm not sure if he's been paying attention, but do you know where the governor of the state of Florida held a press conference to sign these 4 vaccine mandate, anti-mandate bills?
Do I know his location?
Do you know where he was yesterday when he signed them? Are you ready? He was in Brandon, Florida. Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon, Florida.
That is the ultimate. That is trolling to 11, if you will. That is the ultimate in trolling. And it's awesome. I'm going to play some of the audio from that. But again, you got to deliver. And when you do, people come together, conferences come together, caucuses come together, because they want to be on the winning team. They don't want to be on the losing side. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, jurorsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast. Later on this morning, we will have the latest count, 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. All of you who have been getting your Christmas cards together with a warm message inside for our men and women serving overseas. We do it each and every year, and you are all amazing. Hopefully, we're getting close to that 10,000 mark. We were at 2,300 a week ago, so hopefully we're getting there. And with your help, I know we can succeed in getting more than we ever imagined. All right, coming up, if you missed it from yesterday, Congressman Byron Donalds will have the replay on the way. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
It's a battle for the bands. Variety reports Universal Music Group is in talks to buy Sting's song catalog for more than $250 million, while the Financial Times reports Warner Music Group's in talks to buy the late David Bowie's catalog. Shapewear company Spanx getting a lift from some high-profile investors, including Reese Witherspoon and Oprah. Ford and General Motors are getting into the chip business after computer chip shortages have dented their factory output over the past year. Macy's says despite supply chain problems, it's ready for the holidays with well-stocked inventory, and shoppers are hitting the ground running. Strong earnings from Macy's helped boost the S&P 500 and NASDAQ to record highs. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
This Friday and Saturday only at Duncan's Diamonds. We're having our multi-million-dollar holiday VIP sale. As a very important person, you come in and make your best offer. This VIP sale is your chance to negotiate the best jewelry price of a lifetime. That's right, you name the price. This is the opportunity to save big on fine jewelry and diamonds for the holidays. Choose from Duncan's Diamonds' spectacular selection of certified diamonds and diamond jewelry. 5 times the selection of other jewelry stores. Duncan's Diamonds has the best selection of designer jewelry. Just make an offer on your favorite diamonds and jewelry. This weekend is the perfect time to buy at Duncan's Diamonds Holiday VIP. You can make your best deal on all diamond rings, bracelets, diamond earrings, and more. Select diamonds will be at wholesale prices. Don't miss this opportunity. No reasonable offer will be refused. This Friday and Saturday at Duncan's Diamonds in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list, and in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question, but more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have 2 Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Matt and Justin here with Island Air.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
We know that replacing your air conditioning system is a stressful purchase. Usually it's something that you didn't plan on, very inconvenient, always seems to happen at the worst time, and we were trying to find a way to ease that burden.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call Island Air and get that outdated system replaced, and included with your purchase, you will get a vacation voucher of your choosing.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 0575. President Biden's Build Back Better bill.
As Republican leader Kevin McCarthy spoke out against the nearly $2 trillion spending package on the House floor.
What we have before us isn't a social spending bill. It's a pathway to socialism.
Democrats decided against voting on the Build Back Better Act until later today. The measure is still expected to pass on a near party line vote. Then it's off to the Senate, where it could face significant changes.
Fox's Jill Nato. The president held a summit with his Mexican and Canadian counterparts Thursday. Among the topics discussed,
climate change. We've spent a lot of time dealing with that, and we are on the same page as to the need for us to move on it and get the rest of the world to move.
It was the first meeting of its kind in 5 years. America is listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
A hit-and-run crash on Immokalee Road right now in North Naples, right near the intersection of Logan Boulevard. So watch out for some slight delays, mostly north and southbound along Logan, just north of Immokalee. We also have a crash with injuries and roadblock heading through the center of Immokalee. That's right near Immokalee High School, and delays coming from near Pinecrest Elementary. Heading in the northbound direction along that stretch of North 15th Avenue. The crash is closer to Roberts Avenue West, so watch out for troopers and deputies both dealing with that scene, trying to get things cleared up. No problems up and down 75, 41, running up to speed for the early morning drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea with News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a wet day of weather yesterday, we'll be slightly drier today, though still look out for some quick passing showers throughout the day as we continue with a bit of a breeze out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy sky to start, a mix of clouds and sun for the afternoon, with temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For your Friday night, a quick passing shower is not out of the possibility. However, most will stay dry and into your Saturday morning. Lows waking up in the upper 60s to kick off tomorrow. A few showers remaining possible for your Saturday. Breezy weather continues on with the high near 83 degrees. We'll be topping off near 84 for your Sunday, with a few showers also possible Sunday into Monday of next week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. It's Thanksgiving season, and I have a lot to be thankful for. I thank God every day I'm an American, and I live in the great state of Florida, surrounded by all the beautiful people that live here in Southwest Florida. I also thank God for my family and friends, and my Rotary Club in LaBelle, and all the things that we're able to do to help our community. Every day when I wake up, I smile at my beautiful wife, Holly, and I'm thankful for the life we've made together. I hope you have a reason to thank God this Thanksgiving, and share that reason with your family and friends. At Kobe Cooling, we're thankful for our family of customers and all the people that we interact with every day. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Families serving families. Happy Thanksgiving from all the Kobes at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer. At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hi, I'm Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, representing Florida's 25th Congressional District. As your representative, I work for you. If you need help dealing with a federal agency, my team can help navigate the federal bureaucracy and make sure your government is actually working for you. To receive assistance, please call my office at 239-348-1620. It's an honor and privilege to serve you in Congress.
This ad was paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Don't miss Louder with Crowder star Dave Landau this Friday and Saturday, live at Off the Hook Comedy Club. You've enjoyed his comedic spin and political antics, paired with your like-minded views on Louder with Crowder. Now see Dave Landau from Louder with Crowder, live for 2 nights only, this Friday and Saturday at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples. This show will sell out. For tickets and showtimes, go to offthehookcomedy.com or call 389-6901. That's 389-6901.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
CVS announced that it will close 900 stores over the next 3 years. Right now, JCPenney is like, wait, how did we make it through the pandemic and you guys didn't? Sounds like a lot.
CVS is going to close 900 stores in the next 3 years. Yeah, that is a good point. There are a lot of stores that you're like, how did they make it through? And CVS is like, CVS is everywhere. Again, a lot of issues that we could go into when it comes to the economy, jobs, being able to staff up. I mean, I'm hearing stories about how now in some areas they're talking about Starbucks. Oh, well, Target's giving bonuses and going on a hiring spree to prevent worker shortages ahead of the holidays. They just can't find people. We've talked about it in the past couple of weeks and months about being able to staff up. Starbucks is going to have cashierless coffee shops. The labor shortage hits them as well. We'll get to more of those stories coming up. But yesterday we had an opportunity, as we typically do each and every Thursday, to speak with our Congressman, Byron Donalds, who was on the program. We talked about a lot of different topics, and we started with, obviously, one of the biggest one, and the Build Back Broke issue, of course, whether or not there's going to be a vote in the House today and then going to the Senate, and we'll see what happens. But even the Washington Post now is talking about how the rich are going to get a big-time benefit from this. Even when you've lost the Washington Post, that's something to talk about. What about that portion of everything that's going on?
I mean, look, it's the true. It's like the cats and dogs are living together right now because in Joe Biden's plan is the largest tax cut for the rich in American history. You know that thing that they always say Republicans are doing, tax breaks and tax cuts for the rich.
Yeah.
No matter what we do with tax reform, which actually allows our economy to grow, and at the same time, incidentally, raises more money for the federal government in the process. Well, now what the Democrats have done is that they have taken care of rich people in blue states. This thing called SALT. This is the state and local income tax deduction, where because you live in a radical state that taxes too much, you're allowed to write off a portion of those taxes on your federal income taxes, right? What they've done is they've raised the threshold to like $82,000 a year, which means, people who are literally billionaires are going to be getting like another $55,000 written off their taxes every single year. This is literally the largest tax cut for the rich in American history. It is, but only in blue states, mind you.
Right.
If you live in a state like Florida where we have no income tax, you just go back to having to literally subsidize blue states. That's what the Democrats have in here. And you know who wanted that more than anything else? The quote unquote moderate Democrats are the ones who wanted that one. Because in New York, New Jersey, California, their constituents who are also their donors, have been complaining about how it's not fair that they can't deduct the fact that their states are radical and tax them way too much.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it's funny, but it's true. It's serious. I mean, this is what they're doing. The blue states destroying just what's going on in those states. These blue states destroying the economy, destroying the wealth of individuals, the opportunity for individuals to grow and to provide for their families, and then they secretly complain about it while still endorsing and pushing the policies that create it. It's a vicious cycle that you'd think that they would get off this cycle, but they don't. They just keep feeding into it.
No, it's crazy because, again, they always accuse us of what they actually want to do.
Yeah.
In this bill, they have subsidies literally for the wealthy. And look, I don't like this whole class warfare, income disparity nonsense, but this is literally how they build their political arguments. So when they do this stuff, you got to call them out. In this bill, they literally have tax breaks or tax credits for electric cars. That's why Joe Biden's at the GM plant yesterday driving their new electric Hummer. Yeah. GM isn't building an electric Hummer because that's something that they felt was important to do. They're building it because they're being subsidized by the federal government to do it. And so now it's profitable because the federal government is literally flipping the bill. And the last thing on this one is, Drew, most middle-income people and most poor people don't buy electric cars because they're too expensive. But if you're rich, you're going to get a tax break to go buy your new Tesla, to go buy your new all-electric Hummer. And if that's what you want, God bless you. But the federal government shouldn't be paying for these cars to be on the road. Right. If people want them, then the car manufacturers will build them if they want them of their own volition. But the federal government and the radical Democrats don't want that. They want an all-electric. They want electric cars all over the road, while we give money to the Chinese for the batteries that go into these cars, and then we can run around saying how, oh, we're so carbon neutral. Look at us. The world should follow our example. While the Chinese are mining rare earth mineral and lithium, and they don't care about environmental standards. Oh, and by the way, Drew, where are you going to get the electricity? Because electricity, literally, it only comes from natural gas or coal right now, because the radical left doesn't like nuclear.
Yeah.
So it's all insanity, and they're tax breaks for the rich.
Yeah.
That's the logic in D.C.
And I think the carbon neutral thing is kind of hysterical when it comes to electric vehicles, because the assumption is that every part of the process is neutral. I mean, if you're getting lithium and you're getting products from China that could care less about being carbon neutral, and part of what you're creating in that vehicle along the process of making the vehicle, something along that line goes to a country like China, and a lot of it does, that doesn't, that isn't carbon neutral. How could you claim something's carbon neutral when in the process of making it, it's made in a country that doesn't care about being carbon neutral? You'll never get to that place.
The carbon footprint for making a wind farm is higher than the electric production of the wind farm. Think about that for a moment. And this is what we tell the Democrats, and they're like, but no, this is the future. Yeah. We have to invest in this now. And we're like, no, if you want to be carbon neutral, let's go to nuclear. Let's do it. We have the technology. Right. Natural gas has lower emissions than anywhere. And there's a funny thing, and the last point I'll make on this. Mm-hmm. There's a funny thing called the atmosphere. The atmosphere does not have borders. The atmosphere circles the globe. So if the Chinese and India and Russia are emitting, and they don't go to Glasgow on their private jets to literally look at each other and give speeches and talk about how green they are, even though they burn jet fuel to get there, they're not going to that place. And the reason they're not going, because it's stupid. And it doesn't help you build and maintain your economy. Yeah. The atmosphere is going to travel the globe, no matter what we do in the United States. So what we should be doing is not literally cutting off our economy and our energy needs just to satisfy the goals of the radical left.
Yeah, Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. You know, one of the things that I think sometimes we don't talk about enough is the nominees of this administration. And how, if you can't see that, for example, the individual, the person who is being nominated, to be what is the comptroller? Is that what it is? The
Controller of the currency.
Yep. If you don't realize what is happening with this story as the microcosm that is the macrocosm story, if you will, of how you could possibly nominate a person with the history that they have, and I want you to speak to this because it speaks volumes to this administration, who they would put in positions of power in this country, and the motivations of doing it. Like, why would you do this? Explain a little bit about this person.
So Joe Biden has nominated a person for the office of the Comptroller of the Currency, which basically oversees all of the banks in the United States, who got their economics degree and did all their economic theory at the Lenin School in Moscow. This lady is a communist. And look, I do not throw out that word very often, Drew. I'm not trying to be a flamethrower.
Right.
She legitimately is a communist. She has had open conversations and has written papers on what it would be like if the Federal Reserve was the only place a person can get a bank account. They would remove all private bank accounts. And then what you would do is if you wanted to control inflation, the Fed likes to control inflation through interest rate moves, that instead of having to just do it with interest rate moves, the Fed could literally pull money out of your accounts to help control the supply of money in the system because everybody's accounts will be at the Federal Reserve. This is what this lady has hypothesized. When I heard this statement, I was like, this lady's a communist, because only a communist would even think that such a thing is even plausible to move forward with in a thought bubble. This whole provision that came out from the White House, mind you, that said that they wanted the IRS to be able to look at your transactions over $600, which is virtually everybody in the United States. The way a policy like that actually gets legs is because the administration puts people into the bureaucracy who think this way, who want to do this. They're just waiting for the right time to implement it. What they've done now is that they've nominated somebody who has the same mindset as too many people in the federal bureaucracy, but now they want to put her at the top post over our financial system, over our banking system. When Joe Biden was confronted with this, about this lady literally being a communist, they doubled down. So for the Democrat voters, and I want to speak to the Democrat voters listening to your show right now, the moderate Democrats, the longstanding Democrats, your JFK Democrats, your Jimmy Carter Democrats, your Bill Clinton Democrats. A person like this would have never been nominated by Bill Clinton or JFK or Jimmy Carter. Never. Joe Biden is doing this because, in part, the people who are in your party are radicals when it comes to economics. They are radicals when it comes to governmental power. They do not believe in the Constitution or democracy. They believe in top-down authoritarianism, period.
Yeah. Yeah, and we see it in other places. And if you want to go to this place as well, boy, there's some damage control that's going to happen on the FBI side when you have the Attorney General whose testimony before Congress was all about the fact that, no, listen, we're not treating parents and looking at their actions at school boards as domestic terrorists. We're not doing, only to find out that we have a whistleblower that comes out and leaking some information to Congress about quite the opposite. Investigations and assessments of threats specifically directed against school board administrations, board members, teachers, and staff. They are doing it. They did do it. This whistleblower did come out. It's like there are people behind the scenes that see that this is happening. They have to know, and this even goes back to previous administrations and some of what the FBI did in the past. But man, to have more people step forward and say, look, the leadership is doing things now and it's getting out of control. And we've got to show what's happening with especially the FBI using counterterrorism tools to investigate parents. Again, this is outrageous.
It's completely outrageous. I think it's important for people to understand. I want to make this point very, very clear.
Yeah.
The agencies always leak against Republican presidents and when Republicans are largely in charge, because the agencies are largely filled with Democrats. They don't agree with the policy and so on and so forth. There's a lot of leaking. It's very rare they leak against a Democrat administration. Like, how many leaks were there really when Barack Obama was president? Not many.
I couldn't tell you.
There weren't many leaks.
Yeah.
They're leaking in this administration, one, because the agenda has been a complete and utter failure. And two, and I want to stress this point, Drew, there are true radicals who are now have real say in our governmental agencies, in the fourth estates, in the bureaucracies. These are real radicals. And the mere fact that the FBI is now being used as a tool to monitor parents, I'm beside myself. This is a conversation Jim Jordan and I got to have later today because he sits on judiciary. Merrick Garland was just in front of him. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Merrick Garland was not telling the truth when he was in front of judiciary in the House and in the Senate. He was not telling the truth. And now when this information comes out, he's going to have to come back and answer questions. But the truth is, Drew, dealing with these cabinet nominees and the attorney general, they don't want to answer anybody's questions about anything. They would rather just hide behind the power of the executive branch. I was in small business. We had the administrator for the SBA. In the hearing, she's telling the Democrat members how it was great to be in your districts and talk to your small business owners. It was great to get you the information that you were looking for. On the Republican side of the aisle, we can't even get a response to letters. And so we're like, wait a minute, you're responding to them, but you're not responding to us. You're in their districts talking to their business owners, but you won't come to our districts and talk to our business owners. And the administrators are sitting there like, oh, well, we're doing everything that we can. That is BS. This administration is highly partisan. And so what Joe Biden and Merrick Garland and the FBI have done is they've sided with the teachers' unions and with the school board associations over parents, because the last thing that they want to have happen is that the educational system is not figuratively, but blown wide open for all parents to be able to see exactly what is going on in our classes. And this is not just in blue states, ladies and gentlemen. This is going on in Southwest Florida as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an important fight. It's one to have, having that in the hands of parents as opposed to these bureaucracies and the government. And that's a whole, boy, we could spend a whole show on that discussion as well, no doubt. All right, we appreciate.
You don't want to talk about Paul Gosar?
Do you want to?
I'm going to say this quick thing.
I didn't know if you wanted to go there. I've got the audio. I'm prepared to go there. I didn't know if you wanted to go there. All right, so just set this. So let's just set this up. So, so Paul Gosar does this, tweets out what is this anime. It's a cartoon, everybody. So it's a cartoon of him, and it's got his face on there, and it's from Attack on Titan. And nobody knows what this is. Jake the Millennial doesn't even know what it is. But anyway, it's a cartoon, and he's got a sword, and he's going after Joe Biden and AOC. You know, their faces are on the characters, that kind of thing. So now Paul Gosar, the member of Congress from Arizona, has officially been censored by the House, censured 223 to 207. By the way, Cheney and Kinzinger, the two Republicans who decided to vote against him. And so what are your thoughts on this?
I think that what the House did yesterday is further undermine its own credibility. I watched Paul Gosar's video like 4 times a couple weeks ago, and I didn't even get it. I was like, what are they upset about? This is stupid. It's Japanese anime. It wasn't even really done that well. It's kooky. I wouldn't have done it. But is it something that you censure a member of Congress over? No. The reality is that the only way you can find offense is if you freeze frame the video and then you want to find a reason to be upset. But nobody on the Democrat side of the aisle was upset when Maxine Waters was in another Democrat's district, literally fomenting potential uprising and violence if Derek Chauvin happened to have been acquitted. No, we actually brought a motion to censor Maxine Waters. Nancy Pelosi and Steny Hoyer tabled the motion, and every Democrat voted for it. The Democrat whose district it was, I was told, was furious in a Democrat conference meeting with Maxine. Was like, why would you come to my district and do this? She was unapologetic, but then they went ahead and backed her anyway and protected her. We still have a guy on the Intel Committee who has been compromised by Chinese intelligence. That is Eric Swalwell.
Yeah.
He has been compromised by Chinese intelligence. Even if he is clean and he's not involved with Chinese anymore, you cannot sit on the Intel Committee. Nancy Pelosi put him on Intel. She has kept him on Intel. When the Republicans brought a motion for him to be removed from the Intel Committee, Steny Hoyer walked to the floor and brought a motion to table our motion to remove Eric Swalwell. So, full circle. When the Democrats come to me and they say, can you believe what Paul Gosar did? I look at them and just say, man, just get out my face, because y'all are not serious. Because if you're serious, then we are consistent with respect to censure and holding members accountable in our body. But if you're not going to be serious, if you're going to play politics with the institution, then it makes total sense
Whether
to me
you're commuting to
why
the
Steve Bannon. It makes total sense to me why Steve Bannon looks at Congress and says, "I ain't showing up for your show hearing." Because all you do is play. You're not serious. And so the American people look at Congress in a less serious manner every single day because of stuff like that.
Yep, it's
There
true.
you
Oh, okay. So I'm kind of glad that we went back and brought that up. Okay. Important points. They're important. All right, Congressman. I appreciate you. You know that. And we'll talk soon. All the best.
All right. See you guys.
All right, see you.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
With your help, our servicemen and women who are deployed around the globe will receive Christmas greetings and thoughts of home to brighten their holidays.
It's Trey Radel with 92.5 Fox News. Let's send 10,000 to the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Make a soldier smile this holiday season. Help us send 10,000 Christmas cards to our troops. Check out 925foxnews.com. It's our way of putting a little goodness back in the world.
Thank you from all of us at 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, the first established law firm on Marco Island, is proudly celebrating 50 years of providing legal services throughout Collier County with offices in Naples and Marco. A lot has changed in 50 years, but what hasn't changed is the common sense approach to the law the attorneys of Woodward, Piers & Lombardo have built their practice upon. Putting you first in their priority, whether they're advising you on business decisions, designing your estate plan, guiding you through divorce and litigation, or representation in zoning, permitting, and land use with counties and cities to overseeing your next real estate transaction. Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, first for 50 years in serving Collier County with quality, effective, and efficient legal representation, working with individuals, businesses, and local governments in an array of legal matters. Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, with locations in Naples and Marco Island. For more information, visit their all-new website at WPL-legal.com. That's WPL-legal.com.
Sales desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbooked value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No thanks. I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 0% with approved credit on select models. All rebates dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you've heard me talk about DeVoe and their long tradition with Cadillac, now serving Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated dealership for more than 50 years. Now, right from the beginning, the DeVoe family, well, they have embraced commitment to the quality that Cadillac represents. And I've owned a bunch of them in my life, and it shows. They've always stepped up as a generous corporate partner. Right now, DeVoe Cadillac is planning their all-American holiday celebration to benefit wounded warriors of Collier County. How great is that? This will be an amazing event. It has live music from the Johnny Rogers Band. That's at 4:30, followed by top 5 voice finalist Ben Allen and his band from 6:30 to 9. Tickets are only $75. That includes food and drink. All proceeds go to Wounded Warriors of Collier County. Thanks to our friends at DeVoe Cadillac. Check them out at DeVoeCadillac.com for more information and tickets. Get to know DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right there in Naples.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
92.5 Fox News.
A long night in the House. CJ Papa, Fox News.
Pursuant to Section 11B of House Resolution 188, the House stands adjourned until 8 a.m. today.
And that's how the session ended early this morning. Following a record-setting speech by House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, Fox's Chad Pergram explains how the California representative derailed the vote overnight on the president's social spending agenda.
There is technically no filibuster in the House. However, party leaders are allowed to speak for as long as they want. Usually, that's just a couple of extra minutes. But McCarthy began railing against the bill around 8:38 p.m. Eastern.
The House expected to vote on the BBB later today. The president will take the 28-minute trip to Walter Reed Medical Center this morning for his routine physical. President Biden turns 79 tomorrow. Day 4 begins later this morning for the jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial.
That weighs Rittenhouse's guilt or innocence on charges including intentional and reckless homicide for allegedly shooting and killing 2 men and wounding a third during protests in Kenosha following the police shooting of Jacob Blake last year. Rittenhouse maintains he fired in self-defense. The judge banned MSNBC from court after a freelance producer was caught following the jury bus. NBC said in a statement there was never an intent to capture images of the jury. Police also arrested a man with a gun outside court yesterday. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
And the judge also granting a juror's request to take home the jury instructions. The defense rests its case, calling just 7 witnesses in the murder trial of 3 white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, an unarmed black man in Brunswick, Georgia. Closing arguments set for Monday. The FDA and CDC could both rule as early as today to authorize a recommended dose of the Pfizer vaccine as a booster for all Americans, adults. Right now, the booster only recommended for the elderly and those with underlying health conditions. America is listening to Fox News.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A hit-and-run crash on Immokalee Road right now in North Naples, right near the intersection of Logan Boulevard. So watch out for some slight delays, mostly north and southbound along Logan, just north of Immokalee. We also have a crash with injuries and roadblock heading through the center of Immokalee. That's right near Immokalee High School, and delays coming from near Pinecrest Elementary. Heading in the northbound direction along that stretch of North 15th Avenue. The crash is closer to Roberts Avenue West, so watch out for troopers and deputies both dealing with that scene, trying to get things cleared up. No problems up and down 75, 41, running up to speed for the early morning drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea with news now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a wet day of weather yesterday, we'll be slightly drier today, though still look out for some quick passing showers throughout the day as we continue with a bit of a breeze out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy sky to start, a mix of clouds and sun for the afternoon with temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For your Friday night, a quick passing shower is not out of the possibility. However, most will stay dry and into your Saturday morning. Lows waking up in the upper 60s to kick off tomorrow. A few showers remaining possible for your Saturday. Breezy weather continues on with the high near 83 degrees. We'll be topping off near 84 for your Sunday, with a few showers also possible Sunday into Monday of next week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
This Friday and Saturday only at Duncan's Diamonds. We're having our multi-million-dollar holiday VIP sale. As a very important person, you come in and make your best offer. This VIP sale is your chance to negotiate the best jewelry price of a lifetime. That's right, you name the price. This is the opportunity to save big on fine jewelry and diamonds for the holidays. Choose from Duncan's Diamonds' spectacular selection of certified diamonds and diamond jewelry. 5 times the selection of other jewelry stores. Duncan's Diamonds has the best selection of designer jewelry. Just make an offer on your favorite diamonds and jewelry. This weekend is the perfect time to buy at Duncan's Diamonds Holiday VIP. You can make your best deal on all diamond rings, bracelets, diamond earrings, and more. Select diamonds will be at wholesale prices. Don't miss this opportunity. No reasonable offer will be refused. This Friday and Saturday at Duncan's Diamonds in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate Beatles tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Did you know that if you have $600 or more in the bank, President Biden wants to check your account? Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you why. In an unprecedented move, President Biden's administration wants to have access to all Americans' bank accounts with over $600 to keep an eye on things so that we can be safe. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth regardless of what this president does. Our track record of double-digit returns and tax mitigation has truly been life-changing for our clients.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
To some, winter solstice is the darkest day all year, when you're trapped inside waiting for cabin fever. But to Closet Factory customers, the winter solstice is time to celebrate the space they rethought, re-inspired, and re-miracled into the happiest, clutter-freest part of home. We want you to get some of that Closet Factory magic now until December 21st. You'll get $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. Now through the solstice only at Closet Factory and closetfactory.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching the program. Thank you for subscribing to the podcast. Just type Drew Steele into any of your favorite search engines. You'll find us. And coming up this morning, we're going to have a conversation with Andrew Branca. We're going to talk a little bit about the Rittenhouse trial. We're going to get into some of the details, some of the ugliness. We come to find out that MSNBC was banned from the trial after an employee followed a jury bus. But the network regrets it. It's a sorry thing. It's so sad that this happened. Really strange. Almost as if there are some people who would like to dox certain individuals. Is that what's going on? Day 3 of jury deliberations. The judge banned MSNBC from the courtroom for the duration of the trial. An employee claiming to be a producer with the outlet followed the van taking jurors home and was pulled over after running a red light. Really strange.
Last evening,
a person who identified himself as James G. Morrison and who claimed that he was a producer with NBC News, employed for MSNBC, and under the supervision of a person. What's going on? Oh, okay. Under the supervision of someone named Irene Bayan.
Yeah, and by the way, when I heard that name, I went to go to see if you could find and Google the name, and it was funny that everything just disappeared. LinkedIn pages disappeared, Twitter, everything. It's just gone. Oh, okay. Yeah. So nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Oh, by the way, she was listed as an NBC producer in New York, and why you're doing this? People do have questions. Like, this isn't doxing jurors, right? This isn't putting pressure on a jury that already has enough pressure on it. But we'll get into those details coming up this morning. Also, what else is going on? Some of the good stuff that's happening. You have the luxury of living in the greatest state in the union. You have the luxury of living in a state with a governor that truly gets it and has since day one in a lot of different ways, whether it was kids getting back to school after the pandemic, during the pandemic, understanding what was and is and isn't when it comes to the vid, when it comes to lockdowns, when it comes to a lot of different things that are going on here in the state. In many, many ways, this governor gets it. And again, you have and are blessed to be living in a state where a lot of people want to be, but you are here. And the governor has done it again. First of all, the ultimate troll and trolling of the left yesterday. So he signed a bill against vaccine mandates in the state, which is a great thing. We talked about it in detail yesterday. If you want to listen to the podcast, to get all those details we discussed yesterday. But there he was in, of all places, well, let's just let the audio, in case you missed it, play, and it'll explain.
Thanks to everybody who spoke out. Thanks to the legislature. We're going to hear from a few folks, and then I'm going to sign the bills into law. So we have with us, actually from right around the corner here, our Attorney General, Ashley Moody.
Thank you. Well, an incredible personal honor to be here today in my home county, right here in Brandon, Florida, that
the chance of Let's Go Brandon, the ultimate in trolling, everybody. Brandon, Florida, to sign the anti-mandate bills that the special session put to the governor's desk. Brandon, Florida. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it. You know, the media doesn't like that. They don't like that you're doing this, Only the former president of the United States, Orange Man bad. Only that man can we go after and speak ill about and hold up severed heads, bloody severed heads, and kind of look at that and say, and do all of those things. We can only go after that president. We're not allowed to go after in any way, shape, or form the current president of the United States because it's
true international effort to pressure.
And nobody has made it more clear than this president of the United States. But so when asked about that, hey, Governor, hold on a second. What's up with the trolling here? Some would say you're using this city as an ultimate troll. What the?
Maybe you chose Brandon because of the thing that goes around on certain websites. Is this why you came to Brandon, because of the trolling of the Biden administration?
So I think that Brandon, Florida is a great American city. And I can tell you, my only negative on Brandon was when I was growing up playing baseball, they always used to beat us every year. But now I think, as governor, I'm really proud to be able to do it. I want to thank Brandon Honda for hosting us.
Boy, they got a lot of good pub right there. But, yep, that's right. Brandon, the location to sign these anti-vaccine mandate bills. And protections for no firefighter, no police officer, no trucker, no anybody should lose their jobs because of these COVID jabs, as he described yesterday. Now, again, the media not happy with this governor. Oh, we got an election coming up, 22. This is an important year, and anything that they can do to get back at him. The ultimate in trolling. No, you're not allowed. Hey, and by the way, can I just mention this? There are more people that show up at a car dealership in Brandon, Florida, than do at the President of the United States events ever. Like, you don't hear that kind of passion. You don't hear anything. You know what I'm saying? Jake, have you noticed that? There are more people that will go to a car dealership and show up for the governor than the President of the United States will get at a very serious press conference. I mean, whatever the case may be, it's pretty amazing.
LGB. Let's go, Brandon. Right?
So the media really upset about all of this, and what's going on with the? I don't understand. One reporter is saying to the governor, well, "What about the areas in the state? Not everybody agrees with you, Governor. Not everybody wants to do this. Even with school boards, not everybody wants to be like you and be conservative."
You put these into law, you believe that these are bad for Floridians. But cities like Tampa and St. Pete have tried to make policies that you've made that they think are bad for them. Why is it okay for you to violate the conservative tenet of the whole rule, but it's bad when...
So, first of all, this idea that somehow conservatism is about local school boards. It's the United States of America, not the United School Boards or County Commissions of America. So the states are the primary vehicles to protect people's freedoms, their health, their safety, their welfare in our constitutional system. What Biden is doing is not constitutional. There has never been a federal vaccine mandate imposed on the general public.
Yeah, so the governor's not taking it. Listen, the media is not happy with this. They don't like it. We have a voice in this as well. Yeah, you do have a voice in your opinion and your thoughts and where you want to be. If you want to be a left-leaning individual, you certainly do have that right. But you do realize what we're talking about here. When you have the federal government that is being weaponized against parents who care about how their kids are being taught. Do you realize what we're saying here? When you have the federal government that is weaponized against parents because they dare speak out against the teachers union and against school boards that want to just thumb their nose at you, flip whatever finger they could flip at you, that would let you know what they think about you. And you side with that. When you have mandates against American citizens to take a vaccine, to lose your livelihood if you don't do it, and the questions about this vaccine and the efficacy when it comes to a vaccine versus a therapeutic, and how the CDC has decided to change the definition of a vaccine conveniently to go right in line with what this quote-unquote vaccine does, which is really like a therapy, if we're going to be quite honest. I mean, if you take the vaccine and you can still transmit the virus, and it's something that helps to lessen the effects on your body, that sure sounds like a therapy, like a therapeutic to me. I could be, I'm not a doctor. I just play one at home in this long white coats, and I'll tell you what, it's none of your business. So again, the governor yesterday in signing these anti-vaccine mandate bills, is concerned, like we all are, about a lot of different issues that are coming out of this administration. And the things that are so out of whack, as he described, in this country and what's going on right now.
And this has gotten so far out of whack. And so Florida, from the very beginning, when they were bugging us, all they wanted to do was lock down, we were opening the state, keeping the state open, keeping businesses open. they would criticize us because we actually wanted to have our kids in school in person, and they said you can't have kids in school, and we did it, and we led on that. And we've led on a number of things. Most recently, we led on providing early treatment options for people with monoclonal antibody. It was a huge success. And they don't want to tell you this, but Florida for like almost a month has been either the lowest or one of the lowest COVID in the entire country. That's just a fact. You see it surging in other parts. The corporate media, they don't like it when it surges in other parts. They only like it when it surges in places that they don't like. And so I don't know if they're even going to cover that, but I see it happening, and it was something that was obviously predictable. And honestly, if they would do a halfway decent job of actually telling people there were these treatments, we'd probably be able to save a lot more people in other parts of the country.
Doesn't that frustrate you at all? Doesn't it frustrate you at all that lives could have been saved a long time ago with the proper therapies, therapeutics that are available right now, that you talk about monoclonal antibodies, which I said this a couple of weeks ago. I talked to some people out of town that had no idea what a monoclonal antibody was, that it was even available, that it even did what it did in states like Utah, New Jersey, and places. They had no idea they didn't even know what I was talking about. Like, how could you not know? Again, these are legitimate questions to ask. And, I had a chance yesterday to watch in full Glenn Beck's video that he's been talking about, his video on COVID. It's quite telling. It's striking. It's something I would encourage everybody to watch, because someone's going to have to come out and explain how he's wrong on the origins, on the issues of the vaccine and who's behind it and who's getting paid for it, and a lot of different things. They just have to be questions that you could easily debunk. He gives all the evidence that he has. Go ahead and debunk all of it. And oftentimes that's what you get. You do not, I should say, get the debunking of certain details. Go ahead and tell him where he's wrong. Show the American people why he's a conspiracy theorist, like I am, or anybody else that's on this station. You have the opportunity. You should try it. All right, what did you say? What's going on? What's happening here? Hold on a second. Just double check.
A little H2O yesterday,
Yeah.
Which is good. It's if I could say, it's kind of top notch. Things in this town are, kind of turning up a little top. Top notch.
Top notch. I get it.
Yeah, like that Danny Noonan. He's a good egg. He's top notch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Well, I guess you heard there's something else new that's top.
Yeah, there's a new top-notch golf game that's going to be played. Yeah. Okay, people are excited. There's a lot to be excited about Southwest Florida for with things.
People are excited, but some people are complaining about them lights. I don't understand it.
Oh, I guess they got some lights that you got to see at night, and apparently being close to the interstates and the like.
Yeah, they're wrapped up like a douche in the morning and the night. Like a song.
I think it's a deuce. That is a deuce. It's a car. That's the actual. Okay. They're talking about a deuce in a car there.
Well, the other thing kind of perturbs me about that top notch golf thing.
Okay.
There.
Gosh.
I put my application through. I used you as a reference. I wanted to get hired there as assistant greenskeeper, but they didn't go for it.
Yeah, well, I think the greens in certain places are not. They're of the type that's the synthetic variety, which I don't think they have issues with the chinch bugs there and the like.
Well, you never know. There's all kinds of stuff underneath there, but. I called it because with truth, things get a little more expensive.
Yeah.
It's just, I tried to get some fertilizer the other day, and we almost broke the bank there. Almost couldn't take the missus out.
Yeah.
But the good news is yesterday, all around the golf course, we put speakers in, Drew.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we got speakers everywhere, so during the day, you can tame the savage golf swing, put on a little, some mood music, if you will.
Yeah.
And then once that sun goes down, we flip it on over to CNN and just let the BS fly.
Okay, it's great.
You can't believe how that grass is growing. We're cutting it 2-3 times a day.
Oh boy, that's it grows right. All right, look, we got to run. We're out of time, so go ahead and give us the tip of the day. Give us the tip of the day.
If you still got your Dixie chick,
On the website, Steel S3Es. We appreciate you watching Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with yet another interesting Florida fact. Over 1,000 people are moving to Florida every day. Liberal states like California and New York are losing population. And this week we showed them why. Governor Ron DeSantis and our conservative legislature held a special session to protect our state workers from Joe Biden's vaccine mandates and other vaccine mandates from big business. In the past, people moved to Florida for the beaches and sunshine. Now they move here for freedom. Freedom from socialism? No. Freedom from communism. Freedom from violent cities that want to defund the police. And freedom from vaccine mandates. Under conservative leadership, Florida now has the lowest COVID infection rate in the nation and the best economy. Florida, no income tax, lowest rate of COVID, best economy. Let's keep it that way. Paid for by me, Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Seems like everything is overpriced these days, right? It's called market inflation. Aaron Walker here at Naples Nissan with some suggestions to help you take some air out of that inflation. Current gas prices? Ouch. Regular service checkups and maintenance will help you get better gas mileage. Get a free 20-minute checkup at Naples Nissan. All makes and models are welcome. Plus, get our $99 Inflation Fighter Alignment Special. And of course, you can still get the original base MSRP for your trade-in. That's right, Southwest Florida. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, then whatever it was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. And remember, folks, it doesn't matter when or where you originally bought that trade-in from. Come see us on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. See dealer for details.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy the best playing conditions in town, plus a large practice area and golf instruction programs for juniors and adults. Coral Oaks gift cards also make terrific holiday gifts for your favorite golfers. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance and register for upcoming charity golf tournaments at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis Genesis GV80. Luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much.
We're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District this weekend, November 19th through the 21st, for their Fall Diamond event. GIA loose certified diamonds at wholesale pricing. Up to 55% off beautiful new trends and fashion jewelry. And 3 years interest-free financing. Only at the Diamond District.
News, I'm Karen McHugh. House Republicans praising their leader, Kevin McCarthy, who spoke for 8 hours on the House floor Thursday, denouncing the Build Back Better bill and delaying a vote on it till at least today.
He's exposing what's in this bill, and he's talking to the American people because the Democrats have all gone home hours ago. They haven't been coming to work, but the ones that have been have already left. We're here to do a job for the American people.
Pennsylvania Congressman Fred Keller on Fox. The bill is expected to pass in a mostly party line vote. Then it heads to the Senate. A cable network has been banned from the Kenosha courtroom where the Kyle Rittenhouse murder case is being tried.
Judge Bruce Schroeder banned MSNBC from the courtroom for the rest of the trial. This comes in response to Kenosha police detaining a freelance producer working for MSNBC who they believe was following the jury's bus to try and take pictures of them.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. NBC says they regret the incident. America is listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
A crash causing major backups on Colonial Boulevard at Treeline Avenue. Westbound, you'll see a lot of delays coming out of Lehigh Acres and Gateway toward Fort Myers. May want to take State Road 82 or Daniels instead to avoid those backups westbound on Colonial. We also have a crash on I-75 northbound off to the side near the Alico Road exit, not causing any major slowdowns. In Immokalee, a deadly crash still causing roadblock. That's right at a North 15th Street with the northbound roadblock there near Roberts Avenue West. The roadblock is heading toward Immokalee Drive, an area to avoid if you happen to be heading out through the center of Immokalee. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a wet day of weather yesterday, we'll be slightly drier today, though still look out for some quick passing showers throughout the day as we continue with a bit of a breeze out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy sky to start, a mix of clouds and sun for the afternoon with temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For your Friday night, a quick passing shower is not out of the possibility. However, most will stay dry and into your Saturday morning. Lows waking up in the upper 60s to kick off tomorrow. A few showers remaining possible for your Saturday. Breezy weather continues on with the high near 83 degrees. We'll be topping off near 84 for your Sunday, with a few showers also possible Sunday into Monday of next week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Sales desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbooked value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No, thanks. I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 0% with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
It's Rockstar Harley's pre-owned pre-Black Friday tag sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. 100% of applications accepted. Save thousands this week. Only at Rockstar Harley's pre-owned pre-Black Friday tag sale. It ends this Sunday. On approved credit.
Flooring. It says a lot about your personal style. And in Southwest Florida, there's only one name, the Floormeisters. If you're looking for carpet, now's the time to visit their store. With carpet remnants at 99 cents a square foot, you can carpet a 12 by 12 foot bedroom for just $400. That includes new pad, installation, and old carpet removal. Wow, a 50% savings. Bring your measurements today and they'll install in a week or less. They're on Naples Boulevard next to Costco or at floormeisters.com.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clock. GAH.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony, no frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Want to see more? Go to my shower door.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, JerSeal.com, the website, CLS3Es. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Mail's Diner locations, a drop-off location for those Christmas cards for our men and women serving overseas. We appreciate you working hard to get those cards to us, your church, organization, school, business, We were at 2,317 as of Friday. Hopefully, we'll double that number and then some today. Later on this morning, we'll have a count for you. So we're looking forward to that. Certainly on the way. And appreciate everybody who's helping us out. Hey, before we get into some of the topics here, Peter Doocy was asking Jen Psaki a little bit about the she meeting with the President of the United States and how friendly are they, and how did a COVID conversation go? Did they even have one about the origins of COVID and a couple of other things that are going on? But I just wanted to ask this question real quick, and this is Jake the Millennial. This is for you. Why is TikTok like a central location for like the, I don't know, for lack of a better way of putting it, and I'll be kind. Is this where all the wacky people go? I mean, is this where all the people go and put things out on TikTok where it's like, I got questions. It just seems like every time I see a story about something that happened on TikTok, it's never like, I don't know, it's a puppy's getting saved from a raging river. It's always like remember the Gorilla Glue girl? Remember the girl who used Gorilla Glue in her hair instead of hairspray, and she was a TikTok sensation. She was talking about it. Do you remember that whole thing? And
yeah,
okay.
Unfortunately, I know what you're talking about.
Well, she's going to release a song now. So she's releasing a rap song. And I'm just, let me just play a little. It's not bad, actually. It's kind of catchy. She's going to make $1 million. She's going to make all kinds of money. That's what ends up happening. Crazy things happen on TikTok, and the next thing you know it, you're rich.
In some cases.
Be honest. Listen, there are people listening that are like, that's an awful song. How could you say that? I'm just telling you. She's going to make money off that song, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going to make a little bit.
Yeah. There's another person here who I don't even want to play the audio. It's just it's okay. So a woman meant to take ibuprofen, but instead she swallowed her AirPod. She's fine, everything's okay, but she put it out on TikTok that this happened. She's gonna make $1 million on something. She's gonna product placement. I don't know which place it's gonna be product placed. You know, it depends if it's going in or going out. That's not the point. The point is that with TikTok, that's what happens. You do the craziest things and you're making money.
How do you? No. Go back to the whole AirPod, like the size difference in the AirPod and the.
She said she accidentally swallowed it. I don't know.
Accidentally.
Okay, so here's the OG video I uploaded on Friday. Up my AirPod and my ibuprofen. Here we go.
Falling into bed, I had an ibuprofen 800 in one hand, and my left earbud in the other, and I went to go put it in here, and I threw it.
I don't know. Does it matter? I don't want to listen to it. Okay, she made a mistake. She somehow swallowed. She wasn't.
Mistake.
Which is weird because you think of the shape of an AirPod, and I don't know how you could possibly mistake that for a.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't choke on it.
But she's fine. That's the good news. See, the stories end well. Just like the Gorilla Glue girl girl. It started bad. She's gonna make $1 million off a song. She swallowed the AirPod, and maybe Apple's like, "Hey, we got a promotional idea for you." I don't know what happens.
Strap a camera on it. It'd be the magical school bus.
You know, I really don't know what that means, but it sounds disturbing and gross at the same time. So there's a joke in there somewhere. All right, you get the drums. That's it. We're moving on. 239-479-5592. Magic School Bus. Oh, I get it. All right, it's like an innards thing. Like okay. I see what you did there. That's pretty good for a Friday, for a Jake Day.
That's a millennial joke.
Considering the fact that you are typically checked out at this point in the program, you did pretty well there. Yeah, that is
White Castles this morning.
Is that what it is? The White Castle has awakened the beast in you?
Yeah, it's gassed me up. I got some energy.
It's gassed you up is actually that is the proper reference if we're going to be quite honest. 239-479-5592. Wow. Listen, if you're from out of town and you're listening to this program, I apologize. This is usually not where we go or how this program goes, but it's Friday and it's we're getting closer to a vacation. That's what I'm thinking. And it's closer to a holiday. All right. Let's go into some other things. Peter Doocy had some questions for the White House Press Secretary, Jen Psaki. She's going to circle back.
I'll circle back.
You better believe it. And just had questions about the meeting with Chairman Xi, Chinese Communist Party. People are like, hey, Chairman Xi is actually a communist. I thought the Chinese were not communists. I thought they liked the free market and everything and all the businesses and all the things they create that we buy and how it just, I thought that was going to go on forever until you finally realized that in China, they were more than happy to bring business in. We got a kind of a cut of it, by the way. The government has control of everything that is going on in the country, and they built up all of this wealth over years and years and decades, and what we do is we continue to buy, and they continue to take that wealth, and then all of a sudden, one day, just recently, they decide that Chairman Xi isn't going anywhere for a long, long time. He's going to be in place there for a while, and he's also a communist, which means that maybe he wants to tamp down a little bit on the wealth-seeking and all the capitalist things that are going on. We wouldn't want to have too much of that. Oh, and by the way, we've got the wealth that we built up in the country, and now we are an industrial power. We are also a military power. Hey, if we're more communist now than we used to be, now we can show who we truly are and show the people that we hate that, hey, we might be coming at you in more ways than one. So how is this relationship between the President of the United States and Chairman Xi?
Are they old friends or not? Because President has claimed that they're not. You claimed that they're not. But then President Xi said that they are.
The president didn't say that. The president considers him someone he has known for some time, someone he can have candid relationships with. I can't speak for how the Chinese categorize or describe people they know in the world. I can only describe how the president views the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You got to be... You got to be nice about this, right? I mean, you don't know what the relation... I mean, maybe they're just saying it's just kind of one of those things where, they're just trying to be kind. Yeah, all right, well, maybe it's a little bit of relationship. All right, so the real question then becomes from Peter Ducey, well, hold on a second. Did you guys talk a little bit about, or did they talk a little bit about the origins of COVID? Because we still really want to know about it. And
following up on the meeting with President Xi, American intel agencies have told the president they cannot crack the origins of COVID without China's help. President Biden had a chance to ask for China's help. Why didn't he?
Well, I would say that the president's push for the Chinese to participate more, provide more transparent data and information, we've never held back on that front. We've argued for it publicly. We argued for it at every level. And the president did talk in his meeting about the importance of transparency, this is exactly an example of.
He talked about the importance of transparency, but did he ask President Xi to cooperate specifically with this U.S. intel agency-led investigation into the origins of COVID?
Peter, it's clear that that's what we want. That's what we've been pressing on. I don't have any more to read out for you from...
No, you don't understand. Did they talk about it? I don't care what's in his head. I'm not sure if Joe Biden is even sure what's in his head half the time. It's a
true international effort to pressure.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know. So we're just asking, did the words come out of his mouth? Like the movie thing. The words that are coming out of my mouth. Did they come out of his mouth? Did he say anything specifically? Well, they think that they know that they know. No. Apparently, see, here's the thing. If you're trying to figure out why we care about this in Southwest Florida, in the state of Florida, in the United States, across the globe, why do we care about this relationship? Well, for a lot of different reasons, the China-Joe connections that many people are familiar with and have been discussed and were discussed during the presidential election in 2020. But no, orange man bad. That's really where we had to focus. So there's that part. And then there are all of these really annoying things that keep coming up. Saleh Almarova is the president's nominee to be controller of currency. And we come to find out a lot of things. She was a member of a group called the Young Communists. As somebody who grew up in the Soviet Union as a young communist, you might have questions about why that person should need to be part of the United States government at this time. Well, that was a long time ago. I mean, what's the big deal there? That's not what we're worried about, right? I mean, the fact that you have that group that she was a part of, and you also have some other things in the past that have come up. It was Senator John Kennedy, who asked some just gentle questions about some of her relationships with communism in the past. And then really the ultimate question.
Called systemically significant prices, calling for the federal government to set wages, food, gas prices. In 2020, you wrote a paper called The People's Ledger, where you said we need to abolish bank accounts and make everybody set up an account at the Fed where the federal government will have access to your data.
That's not good.
In 2020, you wrote another paper called The Climate Case for a National Investment Authority, where you said what we need to do, the oil and gas industry, is have the federal government bankrupt them so we can tackle climate change. In 2019, you joined a Facebook group, a Marxist Facebook group, to discuss socialist and anti-capitalist views. Now, that's what I see from your record. And you have the right to believe every one of these things. You do. This is America. But I don't mean any disrespect. I don't know whether to call you professor or comrade.
I don't know whether to call you professor or comrade. It's funny because it's true. Pretty radical positions on capitalism and banking. Pretty radical positions as someone who has said that we shouldn't have private bank deposit accounts. All of the deposit accounts should be held directly by the Fed. How do you think that goes? How do you think that would go with a federal government that maybe doesn't like you very much? Because, I don't know, maybe you're a Republican, you voted for Trump. I don't know, maybe because of that, you might be a danger. No, banking wouldn't think that way, or, I mean, the federal government might, but banking wouldn't do that. I mean, we're not even in that kind of world. Well, we kind of are a little bit if you kind of...
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Yeah, this just in. A Missouri-based conservative political action committee had to cancel a fundraiser featuring Donald Trump Jr. A payment processor owned by the nation's largest bank canceled its contract with the group, refunded the money. Why did they do that? Well, they didn't like what the PAC was doing. Or they didn't also like what Donald Trump Jr. has to say. Not because he says anything radical or says anything violent or... Well, according to them, he does. That's right. A copy of the message sent to the PAC that was forwarded to The Independent, who put this story out, reportedly said in part, per our terms of service, we're unable to process for hate, violence, racial intolerance, terrorism, the financial exploitation of a crime, or item or activities that encourage, promote, facilitate, or instruct others regarding the same. That's what they were doing as conservatives. That's what Donald Trump Jr. was getting ready to do. He's getting ready to do those things. No. That's their opinion. That's their thought. Now, you can imagine that there are some that are already trying to stifle you in ways when it comes to your finances. Could you imagine if it was in the hands of the federal government? I'm not saying that they would ever pick on you, IRS. But let's see. Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Again, it's hard to think about reaching across the aisle to agree with and to try to imagine having people who espouse communism and go against capitalism as part of the United States government and think that there's some way that we could all get along and play nice when really it's about politically defeating them. Like really, truly defeating that ideology. And you can do it as long as you vote for the right people. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. Let's go, Jake. It's time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We're going to take caller number 9 right now at 239-479-5592. Not only will you get to play Drew's College, but you will win breakfast for 2, a $35 value. Breakfast for 2 at the great Alda's Restaurant and Bar. It is fantastic. Had breakfast there just the other day. I love Alda's Restaurant and Bar. They're at Mission Hills Drive in Naples, right off Immokalee Road. It's fantastic. You're going to love Alda's Restaurant and Bar. Breakfast for 2, you've got it. Call in number 9 right now at 239-479-5592. Let's clear those lines and get ready for your calls now. Drew's College up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
A crash causing major backups on Colonial Boulevard at Treeline Avenue. Westbound, you'll see a lot of delays coming out of Lehigh Acres and Gateway toward Fort Myers. May want to take State Road 82 or Daniels instead to avoid those backups westbound on Colonial. We also have a crash on I-75 northbound off to the side near the Alico Road exit, not causing any major slowdowns. In Immokalee, a deadly crash still causing roadblock. That's right at North 15th Street with the northbound roadblock there near Roberts Avenue West. The roadblock is heading toward Immokalee Drive, an area to avoid if you happen to be heading out through the center of Immokalee. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Not as wet today compared to yesterday, though still some isolated rain will be a possibility and swift northeasterly flow. Those winds out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll keep with a mix of clouds and sun today. Temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Things remain fairly quiet other than a quick passing shower possible overnight. Saturday morning waking up to low near 68 degrees with a few more showers possible for your Saturday in breezy weather. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. It's Thanksgiving season, and I have a lot to be thankful for. I thank God every day I'm an American, and I live in the great state of Florida, surrounded by all the beautiful people that live here in Southwest Florida. I also thank God for my family and friends, and my Rotary Club in LaBelle, and all the things that we're able to do to help our community. Every day when I wake up, I smile at my beautiful wife, Holly, and I'm thankful for the life we've made together. I hope you have a reason to thank God this Thanksgiving, and share that reason with your family and friends. At Kobe Cooling, we're thankful for our family of customers and all the people that we interact with every day. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Families serving families. Happy Thanksgiving from all the Kobe's at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life. It's Drew's
All right, let's go to Adam. Adam's in Fort Myers. Hey, Adam.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. This is Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics, and where you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, do you know who won the presidential nomination for president of these United States on the Democrat side in the year 2020?
That would be Joe Biden.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this very question. Who drafted the U.S. Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Correct, sir. You got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Let's see. All right, let's do this one. In 1981, she became the first woman on the Supreme Court. The first woman on the Supreme Court in 1981. Who was that?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
That was Sandra Day O'Connor. Sandra Day O'Connor became the first. Oh, boy. All right, well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. I don't like that one. I don't like that one either, to be quite honest with you. All right, true or false? How about a true or false question? New Hampshire. Okay. New Hampshire. I don't like that one either. I already did it. True or false? New Hampshire was one of the original 13 colonies. Was New Hampshire one of them?
True.
That is correct, sir. I mean, you had a 50-50 shot. Look, it's Friday. That's good. All right, hey, congratulations, Adam. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. I know you were really hoping to get that PhD to impress your family for Thanksgiving. I know. Don't forge it when you get it. Please stick with the masters. You have to be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Many people have said that. Alda's Restaurant and Bar, free breakfast for you, a $35 value. It is a fantastic place to eat. You're going to love it. The owners are the best, and I'm going to get that to you. So stay right where you are, okay?
Sweet. Thank you very much.
It is sweet. It's actually delicious. It's sweet and delicious, and it's more than that. All right. We'll talk more about the Rittenhouse case. We're going to get into some details on the latest coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you, with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
A Build Back Better vote could happen any minute. CJ Papa, Fox News. Drew Hamill, Deputy Chief of Staff for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, tweets she will close out debate at about 8:05 Eastern. The vote expected shortly, but House members returning this hour following that historic marathon speech.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy spoke for 8 hours and 32 minutes into Friday morning, breaking the previous record held by Speaker Pelosi in 2018 by 25 minutes. He did it in an effort to keep the social spending bill from passing quickly.
This is the single most reckless and irresponsible spending bill in our nation's history.
Democrats said they would instead vote on the nearly $2 trillion bill Friday morning. Thursday, the Congressional Budget Office found the spending plan would add to the nation's deficit by about $367 billion over 10 years. However, they did not include possible revenues from increased IRS enforcement. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
President Biden turns 79 tomorrow. Today, he's heading to Walter Reed Medical Center for his annual physical. The jury in Kenosha, Wisconsin will continue deliberating for a fourth straight day. Later this morning, a conviction on the most serious charges could mean life in prison without parole for 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, accused of shooting 3 men, killing 2 during social justice unrest in August of last year. The defense resting in the trial of 3 white men accused of killing an unarmed black jogger in Brunswick, Georgia. Eric Perry of Fox TV affiliate WAGA has more on the cross-examination of Travis McMichael.
The state worked to debunk the theory that Ahmaud Arbery was the aggressor.
I want this jury to believe that it's Mr. Arbery who's the aggressor with the black truck, not that the black truck's the one trying to run him off the road to help you.
I didn't see the truck trying to run him off the road.
Travis McMichael is the only one of the defendants who took the stand in the trial.
Closing arguments set for Monday in the murder trial. America is listening to Fox News.
Finding FSX, Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Colonial Boulevard westbound backed up heading through the area around Gateway past Treeline Avenue because of an earlier crash. The crash is cleared up, but we're still dealing with some of those backups out there. There is a crash nearby close to Lee Boulevard and State Road 82 crossing over toward Colonial into Fort Myers coming out of Lehigh Acres. Also keeping an eye on a crash with roadblocks southbound on State Road 31 near the intersection of North River Road in the Alva area. Disabled vehicle at Cypress Lake Drive and US 41. Also keeping an eye on a crash getting cleared up at Homestead Road and Delaware Road in Lehigh Acres. In Collier County, we have a serious crash scene still blocking northbound North 15th Street right off of Roberts Avenue West. That is a deadly crash causing major backups in the area right around Immokalee High School. New crash popping up over at Bayshore Drive and Storter Avenue in East Naples. A disabled vehicle in North Naples on Goodlet Frank Road North at Solana Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a wet day of weather yesterday, we'll be slightly drier today, though still look out for some quick passing showers throughout the day as we continue with a bit of a breeze out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy sky to start, a mix of clouds and sun for the afternoon with temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For your Friday night, a quick passing shower is not out of the possibility. However, most will stay dry and into your Saturday morning. Lows waking up in the upper 60s to kick off tomorrow. A few showers remaining possible for your Saturday. Breezy weather continues on with the high near 83 degrees. We'll be topping off near 84 for your Sunday, with a few showers also possible Sunday into Monday of next week. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Some people say bigger is better. When it comes to buying a home, a TV, or an ice cream sundae, wouldn't you rather go big? Insurance companies think that because they're bigger, they can pay injured people less than what they really deserve. But guess what? We're big too. As America's largest personal injury firm, we know that our size matters. If you're going up against a big insurance company, you need a big firm fighting for you. And when we win big, you win big.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. The Kyle Rittenhouse case, just wondering where we are right now as the deliberations past day 3. What can we expect moving forward? And even with some of the details and questions that people have wanted to get into that right now with Andrew Branca is the attorney at law. He's a self-defense law attorney, internationally recognized expert, contributions to the Wall Street Journal, National Review, Chicago Trib, Washington Post, and he's also the host of the Outdoor Channel's TV show, The Best Defense. and he's joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Well, I appreciate a few minutes of your time today. By the way, lawofselfdefense.com is the website. I would encourage you to go to the website and find out more about these stories. You know, as you've been following this case, maybe I just jump in like this. After the debacle, I guess is the way you would put it, with the prosecution and the way they've handled this case, how is it that we're in a position right now where the judge hasn't made the decision for mistrial? Why is it that we wait till this moment in time? We've gone this far with all of the things that we've witnessed. How come it hasn't happened yet at all?
Well, unfortunately, we have a very indecisive judge. We have a judge who does not like to make judgments. So he prefers to wait to see what the jury is going to do. I think he's hoping the jury will acquit so that he doesn't have to make these decisions on these motions for a mistrial with or without prejudice. But of course, what we're seeing is the jury is having a great deal of difficulty coming to any unanimous decision.
Yeah, I guess so I wonder if that speaks to, and I mean, as you take the 30,000-foot view and you look at this from your position, do you look at this and say that ultimately, because the judge could make the decision for mistrial even after, if there is a lesser charge, let's say, he could move to even dismiss that lesser charge, or is that even possible?
He has that authority.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is if he dismisses before a verdict, it's not appealable by the prosecution. If he dismisses after a verdict, the prosecution can appeal that decision to an appellate court. But there's nothing I've seen about this judge that would suggest to me that if the jury returns a verdict, that he would rule in contrary to that verdict.
Yeah. As you've seen some of what has played out, even with the video and how the defense, the prosecution put this video out, the drone video footage, presenting this early on and showing the jury this blurred video out, only to find out that there was a much better version that wasn't presented. And some of the things like that that happened. I mean, is this typical? I mean, is this something that prosecutions do to leave out in discovery certain evidence like that? Or is this just something that screams of a prosecution that maybe is just flailing because they know through discovery and even through this case what they know, which is it's a tough one to make?
Well, there's no legal merit to this prosecution at all. There never has been. There's no expectation, I think, ever that the prosecution was going to be able to convince 12 jurors unanimously that guilt has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. In this case, that self-defense has been disproven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the prosecution's burden here. Their conduct with this video, the video magically left by the evidence fairy on the prosecution's doorstep in the middle of a trial that they had 14 months to prepare for, and then giving the defense a low-resolution version about which the defense need not be concerned because you can't see anything in it, and then showing the high-resolution version in front of the jury. This is either incompetence of constitutional dimensions, because the defendant has the absolute constitutional right to see the evidence that's going to be used against him in court. That did not happen here. Not a degraded version of the evidence. The actual evidence is what they're privileged to see. They did not get that, or it's some form of misconduct.
Yeah. And I guess that goes back to the other question that we brought up earlier, just to kind of reinforce this, which is when something like that happens, you would imagine that right there would be the mistrial, that even putting the rest of it aside up to that point. But it does feel like this judge would like for it to be made by the jury, the decision, because, and forgive me if I put it this way, and I'm kind of taking a side here, so, you can tell me if I'm wrong in this position, but I don't know where the win is here, because if it does go to the jury and the jury does decide to dismiss all the charges, to acquit, and there's nothing to see here, you're going to have people who are going to feel like justice was not served and there's going to be trouble. If you see a judge that decides that after everything is said and done, like, or even beforehand, early does a mistrial, people are going to say, well, the judge, all these things with the sound, the song on his phone, and the partisanship that he kind of shows politically, and how he has been acting, and so that is going to cause the streets to be riotous, if you will. And then you have maybe the jury deciding on a couple of other charges that ultimately would be dismissed by the judge as well. I'm just wondering where we may see something being decided here in this case that wouldn't lead to people trying to take it into their own hands on the street, if you know what I'm saying.
I do, and I think those outcomes, those dangerous, violent outcomes you're describing could well happen, but I think you're misapplying the cause. Okay. The actual cause of that is the media misreporting of these events, just like they misreported the Jacob Blake event that led to these riots in the first place.
Yeah.
Now they're misreporting, providing misinformation and disinformation to the public. Half the public still thinks that Kyle Rittenhouse gunned down a bunch of black people at a Black Lives Matter event.
Yeah.
That obviously never happened, but they believe it because the media lies to us, makes us believe things, narratives that are untrue. And then when there's an acquittal, everyone is shocked and outraged that an injustice was done because, well, they believe an injustice was done because they believe the false narrative of the media.
Yeah. I'm looking at your website, lawofselfdefense.com, and I'm looking at one of the articles you have up here recently about the latest in Verdict Watch. You're kind of concerned about a rogue juror. Can you explain a little bit about this?
Well, it's not uncommon in trials. Sometimes you get a juror who kind of takes over the jury panel or becomes resistant to argument by the other jurors. They come in with they don't approach their jury duty as unbiased and impartial as they tell the court they will do when they're first seated as a juror, when they're going through the jury selection process. They come in with a set point of view, and they refuse to budge off that set point of view, regardless of the evidence and law as provided within the courthouse. They begin to apply information from outside the court, things that might not actually have been admissible in the court, concepts of law that are incorrect. They begin to use dictionary definitions of words as opposed to the actual technical legal definitions of words, which can be very, very different. And essentially, they simply become recalcitrant to actually delivering justice in the case if that requires budging them from their personal position.
So then, for example, the jury wasn't sequestered in this case, was it?
No.
So,
and they almost never are.
Okay.
Nobody likes the jury doesn't like being sequestered. The court doesn't like sequestering juries. So it's extremely unusual for a jury to be sequestered.
But there's so much that could happen without the sequester that would, in the environment that we're in, let me put it that way. In the environment that we're in right now, to not sequester a jury, to have them be able to hear things through walls or to be able to access things outside, or when they go home, they're certainly going to probably hear the story and somehow about the MSNBC whatever reporter person, producer following them. They're going to hear about this. So that in itself does ask and beg the question: how do you get the jury to not look at all of those positions when they do come across to make a decision?
Right. You would have had to have sequestered them. The problem is, you're in the news. I cover these cases professionally all the time. We're familiar with the intensity of scrutiny and media coverage that these cases get. But if you're a small town judge in Kenosha, Wisconsin, you've never had this experience before. You have no idea how intense things are going to be. The judge talked about this before the trial even started. He said, well, people keep telling me to be concerned, but I've had high-profile cases before. It's never been an issue. And I'm thinking to myself, as someone who follows these cases professionally, I don't think you've had a high-profile case like this before. I think you're going to find this is an extremely different experience than your norm. And, of course, it is.
Right. Yeah. And, and I think we all assume that they know what they're getting into. The jury knows beforehand about the where this case stands in the national view. The judge has to understand what he's getting into as well, and to look at all of this ahead of time. So as we see this case playing out, the days that we're going into day 4, it's not unusual, right? I mean, for a jury to take this long in high-profile cases, this is pretty typical, right?
4 days is getting to be pretty long.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Honestly. I mean, if you think of another high-profile case like the George Zimmerman case, which is right, you guys are in Florida, right? It was right down in your neck of the woods.
Yep.
The jury returned a verdict within a couple days.
Oh, okay.
Right? It wasn't even 4 to 8 hours.
All right.
And that was obviously a very high-profile case. So 4 days tells us that there's somebody, at least one person in the jury, who is absolutely resistant to achieving consensus. Otherwise, something would have been arrived at.
Yeah. So I guess I'd ask you before we go, you play the prediction game. How do you see this playing out now after day 4?
You know, I don't predict verdicts because juries are dangerous and unpredictable creatures, as we're seeing in this case. I will suggest that this is not going on much longer. I would not be surprised if a mistrial was declared today, Friday, the end of the week. And next week is Thanksgiving, and there's a lot of women on that jury, and, you know, we're still living in a nation where a lot of the Thanksgiving stuff is taken care of by the ladies in the House, and I don't think they're going to want to spend next week sitting in this jury deliberation room when they're supposed to be preparing for Thanksgiving.
All right. Well, we keep an eye on this. The website's fantastic, lawofselfdefense.com. The work you're doing is great. Andrew Branca joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, attorney at law, and you've probably seen him on Outdoor Channel's TV show The Best Defense, contributor to the National Review Online and other great publications as well. It's great to follow you, by the way, and what's happening on Twitter as well. So it has been really informative. I appreciate a few minutes of your time, sir. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Take care.
Okay. Yeah, you know, the questions remain, you know, how all of this happens. And what I mean is that we are in a place right now in this country where this is the norm. It's unfortunate. We don't want to think of it that way. But the norm is that the court of public opinion and the media try to push a narrative well beforehand in this case, and in other cases that we will see in the future. And if the minority of voices do not get their way, then they will tell the majority how things are going to be by their actions afterwards. And I just wonder how this will play out as a positive, ultimately, with the decision that's made, because somebody's not going to be happy. And granted, I know that, you know, what do you mean, Drew? That's a ridiculous statement. I mean, you know, you always have a decision made by a jury. There's always going to be somebody that's not happy. No. I'm talking about that the one hand, if justice is served, and by all the evidence that everybody has an opportunity to see and witness, that you can look and see the obvious. Not only what we have witnessed playing out as all of the evidence has been presented, but the way the prosecution has acted. And to see that you don't have an acquittal, that something is amiss. That kind of issue that we're looking at. All right, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Let's find out what's going on right now with Therese O'Shea.
Colonial Boulevard westbound backed up heading through the area around Gateway past Treeline Avenue because of an earlier crash. The crash is cleared up, but we're still dealing with some of those backups out there. There is a crash nearby close to Lee Boulevard and State Road 82 crossing over toward Colonial into Fort Myers coming out of Lehigh Acres. Also keeping an eye on a crash with roadblocks southbound on State Road 31 near the intersection of North River Road in the Alva area. Disabled vehicle at Cypress Lake Drive and US 41. Also keeping an eye on a crash getting cleared up at Homestead Road and Delaware Road in Lehigh Acres. In Collier County, we have a serious crash scene still blocking northbound North 15th Street right off of Roberts Avenue West. That is a deadly crash causing major backups in the area right around Immokalee High School. New crash popping up over at Bayshore Drive and Storter Avenue in East Naples. A disabled vehicle in North Naples on Goodlet Frank Road North at Solana Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Not as wet today compared to yesterday, though still some isolated rain will be a possibility and swift northeasterly flow. Those winds out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll keep with a mix of clouds and sun today. Temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Things remain fairly quiet other than a quick passing shower possible overnight. Saturday morning waking up to low near 68 degrees with a few more showers possible for your Saturday in breezy weather. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with the most important radio ad I've ever recorded. My message is this: taking back the White House is important, and regaining our majority in the U.S. House and Senate are critical. But the most important vote you will ever cast is for your local school board members. The Lee County School Board has been hijacked by progressive radicals. They get elected because in Florida, school board candidates are allowed to hide their party affiliation from voters. This is wrong, and I've filed a bill that will allow voters to know the party affiliation of every school board candidate on the ballot. Let's put an end to liberal Democrats sneaking into office in our conservative community. This is Spencer Roach, and my top priority is to send these radicals packing. I believe that parents, not government, know what's best for their children, and I will use all the powers of my office to defend your rights. Remember this: it's your school board and they work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Get ready for a night of solid gold with the Temptations and the Four Tops.
you come in and make your best offer. This VIP sale is your chance to negotiate the best jewelry price of a lifetime. That's right, you name the price. This is the opportunity to save big on fine jewelry and diamonds for the holidays. Choose from Duncan's Diamonds' spectacular selection of certified diamonds and diamond jewelry. 5 times the selection of other jewelry stores. Duncan's Diamonds has the best selection of designer jewelry. Just make an offer on your favorite diamonds and jewelry. This weekend is the perfect time to buy at Duncan's Diamonds Holiday VIP. You can make your best deal on all diamond rings, bracelets, diamond earrings, and more. Select diamonds will be at wholesale prices. Don't miss this opportunity. No reasonable offer will be refused this Friday and Saturday at Duncan's Diamonds in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading along State Road 31 southbound, we have a crash with roadblock toward North River Road, approaching the Alva area coming out of Babcock Ranch. Also keeping an eye on delays along State Road 82 at Colonial Boulevard coming in and out of Lehigh Acres. We have a crash causing some backups at Capri Boulevard at Collier Boulevard with no injuries in Collier County. Another crash with injuries at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Davis Boulevard, and a crash in Immokalee involving, we know, at least one person killed in that crash scene at North 15th Avenue near Roberts Avenue West. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a wet day of weather yesterday, we'll be slightly drier today, though still look out for some quick passing showers throughout the day as we continue with a bit of a breeze out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy sky to start, a mix of clouds and sun for the afternoon with temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For your Friday night, a quick passing shower is not out of the possibility. However, most will stay dry and into your Saturday morning. Lows waking up in the upper 60s to kick off tomorrow. A few showers remaining possible for your Saturday. Breezy weather continues on with the high near 83 degrees. We'll be topping off near 84 for your Sunday, with a few showers also possible Sunday into Monday of next week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, Steve for the sports.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes,
So we'll work on Safety Joe, the Safety Joe song.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Dave, listen, a lot's going on. Where do you want to start? I know you're a busy guy today. So what's shaking?
I'm trying to figure out what the vote to recommit is in the House, because Kevin McCarthy kept Nancy Pelosi up past her time to crawl into the hyperbaric chamber last night, and so she had to reschedule her vote to this morning. He set a record. How does that work? How do you do? What is the plumbing like when you're up there for all that time? Can you tell me?
I don't know. Is it? Do we even want to know? Like how they do that?
Inquiring minds want to know. Did he have a Texas catheter? Do you know about a Texas catheter?
No, we don't have to. It's Friday. We don't want to get. It's early. It's no. I don't. What is it? Tell me. I need to know.
A Texas catheter is not like the painful catheter.
Oh.
It's externally connected, and it goes to like one of the what we used to call him a trucker's friend, the big gulp. To store liquid.
In other words, they were standing for a long time and he kept talking and he didn't take a bathroom break, and we don't know how anybody could possibly do that, is what you're saying.
That's right.
We're just cutting to the chase.
Did he eat sponges for lunch? How do you accomplish that?
I don't know. That's an interesting perspective, way of looking at it. Why would you stay up to watch the whole thing, though? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
All right. What's wrong with you?
I have no life.
Okay, well, there's that.
I think something's going to happen. Yeah. I always think something's going to happen. I don't want to miss it. I have FOMO. So, I'm looking at that, and I thought there was a moment. May I play a moment from what was it, 8 hours and 33 minutes? It set a record, everybody. The Guinness people will be stopping by today. I thought this was a very telling moment because it wasn't about convincing anybody in that chamber to change their vote.
Yeah.
Kev?
Yeah, I don't hear Kev.
You can't hear him?
No.
Wait, because you had me moving around before the show.
Right, I got it.
Hold on. Here it goes. Here. Now let me give you the mellifluous tones of Kevin McCarthy.
I don't know if this speech is going to make a difference. But in my heart, I know America will know more about it. The one thing you ought to know, I tell the Americans, it's your money. What do you do with your money is for you to decide, not Washington bureaucrats.
See, I like that. I think that's the kind of message that needs to keep going on. That was the message that JFK had that wouldn't allow him to have been in the party today, because they all think that the money is their money and your money is their money. Just like that new that communist that Biden's trying to get to be the comptroller of the currency.
Oh, yeah. She's got a lot to say about that, doesn't she?
Yeah, she sounds like Natasha from Boris and Natasha. She sounds like she should be making big trouble for moose and squirrel. just me. And I watched Senator Kennedy, our buddy Senator Kennedy, grill her like a cheese sandwich. And that hearing yesterday, the communist facing off with the Louisiana pragmatist was just absolutely money in the bank. If you haven't watched it, it's worth it. But may I share with you my favorite line from that? Here we go.
I don't know whether to call you professor or comrade.
Brilliant.
True. And true. Yeah, there's that part of it.
And what?
And true. I mean,
it's absolutely true. This is a woman who advocated for the removal of all private banking. She wants everybody to have all their money in a bank account from the Federal Reserve. Every bank. She wants all the private banks to go away. She wrote about this, not when she was in Moscow at the University of Moscow, as she was talking about. This was 2019. It's not that long ago.
Yeah.
So it's just really amazing. But that committee is still deadlocked. Apparently, she's not going to go anywhere. But isn't the chairman of that banking committee? Isn't that chairman a communist?
Yeah, who's the chairman?
Is it Bernie?
Is it?
No, it's Sherrod Brown.
Right, that's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, listen, At this point, might as well be all of them. I mean, if you're kind of thinking, she sounds qualified. Yeah, if you're thinking that way, you might be a communist.
Since I have limited time here, may we have an abbreviated lightning round version of?
What in God's name is Joe Biden trying to say?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yesterday, the president had the president of Mexico and the junior president of Canada, that little boy that runs Canada, stopping by, and they had a little chit chat. And there wasn't really any media time, but the president was asked, what did you talk about? What'd you tell the president of Mexico? And this is just really embarrassing.
Talking about the long, over almost 200-year relationship with Mexico. And we were talking about, I was explaining why Roosevelt and Lincoln their portraits are up on the wall.
Yeah, so let me tell you why we keep pictures up of the old presidents.
This is what we do. And we talk about isn't it nice? We talk about watercolors. We talk about the guy with the big, the hair there that used to do all the really cool painting stuff on your local cable access channel. What was his name?
Bob Ross.
That's it, Bob Ross. Yeah, it was like, this looks like a Bob Ross. How did you do that? Okay.
Yeah, it's just amazing to me that this guy's the leader of the free world, or at least right now, the leader of the free world. And if I may, because again, I said I'm
limited in time,
abbreviated.
Yep.
This is an important time in our lives, a very important time in our lives, and it was 62 years ago this fall that Khrushchev said something that I think we all need to be aware of, especially in the wake of this bill and in the wake of the now comptroller of currency hearings. Your children will live under communism, he said. You Americans are so gullible. No, you won't accept it outright, but we will keep feeding you small doses of socialism until you finally wake up and find you already have communism. We will not have to fight you. We will so weaken your economy until you fall like overripe fruit into our hands. The democracy will cease to exist when you take away from those who are willing to work and give to those who would not.
Wow. All right, on that note, boy, that just cheered the whole show up, didn't it? All right, and I know you got to go. You got all kinds of things going on. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. We always appreciate you. Have a great weekend and enjoy whatever it is you're heading off to do.
Safety Joe, Crazy Joe. I'm saying, check it out.
Pressure. Yeah, okay.
There you go. It's made to order.
It is.
Have a great weekend,
All right,
brother.
we'll
I'll be in for you Wednesday next week.
Okay, great. Well, good to hear that. All right, my friend. We'll see you. There he goes. Michael Pelka's got work to do. 239-479-5592. We do know that the great governor of the great state of Florida, man, are we blessed to be living in this state. And if you're visiting here and maybe you want to stay, you're checking out the real estate and you're checking out taxes and a couple of other things in the beautiful weather. Well, maybe today's a little weird, but it's not typical right now. But the beauty that is the state of Florida. Hey, do us a favor. Come down, join us, hang out with us, be part of what's going on in this beautiful state. Leave your politics at home if it's the politics of the left. Do us a favor. We don't need any of that. The great governor of the great state of Florida yesterday, who was trolling the president, signing bills against the vaccine mandate at a site where, everybody? In Brandon, Florida.
Thanks to everybody who spoke out. Thanks to the legislature. We're going to hear from a few folks, and then I'm going to sign the bills into law. So we have with us, actually from right around the corner here, our Attorney General, Ashley Moody.
Thank you. Well, an incredible personal honor to be here today in my home county, right here in Brandon, Florida, that
Come on, that is the ultimate in trolling. You go to Brandon, Florida to we love it here in Brandon. Let's go, Brandon, everybody.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
Right?
Oh man, that is good stuff. And you know the left and the media, well, one and the same. They just can't handle all the things that this governor is doing. You know, they want to know and trying to understand what's going on here, Governor. You know, not everybody in the state agrees with you. There are places like St. Pete and Tampa. You know that maybe they want vaccine mandates. Maybe they want CRT taught in schools. I mean, it sure sounds to us like there's a problem here with what you're doing. And
so, first of all, this idea that somehow conservatism is about like local school boards. It's the United States of America, not the United School Boards or County Commissions of America. So the states are the primary vehicles to protect people's freedoms, their health, their safety, their welfare in our constitutional system. What Biden is doing is not constitutional. There has never been a federal vaccine mandate imposed on the general public.
Listen, this is a governor who is not afraid of the media, who's not afraid to stand up to the left, and that's why he is so popular here. That's why Democrats are like, maybe we should spend money in other places around the country to try to battle, maybe in some blue states. Which, by the way, hey, there's some news out of blue states. You're not going to like this, everybody.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
I don't know if it's a bombshell. It's kind of okay. Hey, remember Youngkin there in the state of Virginia? Big race, blue state, but you know, you've got a Republican winning, Glenn Youngkin. A lot of people going to Virginia and campaigning for Glenn Youngkin. And he got elected because he was fighting the culture war. He was fighting the issues that were in front of us. The school board there and the teaching, the culture war against sex and race and all of these different issues that were front and center that he was going to champion. You know, you had Terry McAuliffe that's like, oh, you know, the parents, they don't have anything to say when it comes to the education of their kids. No. It's something that it's the school boards, it's the teachers unions, it's the teachers that no, you got to sit back and just keep your mouth shut. Yeah. Well, it seems like Glenn Youngkin has done something very interesting. He decided to choose someone who's going to be his communications guy, and this just put out on Twitter as I'm looking and I'm trying to see who did this. This is Pedro Gonzalez put this out. He is someone who is an associate editor at the Chronicle magazine, and he's also a fellow at the Claremont Institute. So Glenn Youngkin decided to choose somebody with pronouns in his bio to do his comms, who also served on the Georgetown Latinx Leadership Forum. Nobody uses, or Latinx. Nobody uses Latinx. Okay, but anyway. They do. Georgetown Latinx Leadership Forum. Did I say Latinx? Okay, Latinx Forum. And supports virtually everything Youngkin's voters voted against. So Glenn Youngkin, I'm kind of leaning into what is the politics of the day instead of fighting and pushing back against it by example. You know, I bring this up because I have to have David Riaboy on next week. I'm kind of hoping that before Thanksgiving, we can have a conversation with him from the Claremont Institute, senior fellow there at the Claremont, national security and political views there at the Institute. And he brought up something again that I think is so critical that we've got to dive into. Listen, it's great that you had the House Minority Leader McCarthy yesterday doing 8 hours plus standing there and railing against what the Democrats are doing with this Build Back Broke program, the bill, but not being able to keep the caucus together to stop the infrastructure bill. It's about the doings, not the talking. But also on the other side of it is this issue that David Riaboy brings up. You got to stop focusing on the victories in blue states because you can't expect a whole lot from Republicans in blue states. Temper expectations in order to better allocate resources, attention, and energy in other places. In other words, the win, Glenn Youngkin win in Virginia was a good thing. But you're still in a blue state that's going to fight you tooth and nail, and so will the people that are living there as well. And his suggestion is that those of us on the right, there's a political task ahead of us that's more important than looking at blue states and trying to get victories there. We've got to make red states more red. We must make purple states into red states, and we shouldn't care that much about what happens in blue states. They're going to do what they do. We need to strengthen the state of Florida, and we need to make these purple states, the ones that are waffling, we need to make them solidly red by spending the time and the effort and the money in those places. And I think he's spot on. Focus on geographic locations where we're able to influence events, bringing the state and local governments to bear in crucial fights. The state and local governments take advantage of communities with favorable numbers of right-leaning citizens to set up activist networks without the fear of harassment, intimidation, or violence from a leftist infrastructure that exists in order to disparate grassroots right-wing activism. In other words, really, really focus and strengthen the state of Florida. So when people say, well, listen, in the future, there may not be a governor and a legislature in Tallahassee that's Republican. Well, let's see to it that there always is. Certainly conservative values, if not Republican, certainly conservative values, and let's strengthen that. There's a case to be made there. Next week, we're going to have that conversation. All right, everybody. We do have a count. 10,000 for the troops. Here you go. The latest count right now, everybody. 5,470 is our count right now for cards. 5,470 is our cards. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers, 33902. Thank you to everybody who continues to gather cards. We're still not there yet to the 10,000 mark. I'm hoping and praying and believing that we can break the 10,000 mark and then some with your help. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers, 33902. Mel's Diner locations, you can drop your cards off there. They've got to be vetted and mailed out before December 3rd. The cutoff is December 3rd to receive them. We want to get them as soon as possible so we can get them out in time for Christmas. Those Christmas cards with a warm message inside for our men and women serving overseas. 5,470 is the count. Let's try to break 10,000 by next week. We'll keep our fingers crossed. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman. No, it's not Casey. Is it Casey? It is Casey. Okay.
Not as wet today compared to yesterday, though still some isolated rain will be a possibility and swift northeasterly flow. Those winds out of the north and east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll keep with a mix of clouds and sun today. Temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Things remain fairly quiet other than a quick pass